According to Google, desperation is a state of despair typically in which one reacts in extreme behavior, meaning that desperation is the impact of what one feels after a regret-filled reaction to a lost opportunity. Desperation is the final gasp of someone trying to breathe life into a future they are never truly prepared to earn, or maybe wasn't even theirs to begin with. When you refuse to position yourself in an environment that favors your growth, you are setting yourself up for failure. When I was first starting out trying to get myself a job, I was lazy, and all I wanted to do was find the easy method in order to earn some cash on the side while I worked on my aspirations. But the reason this didn't work out for me the way that I wanted to was because I procrastinated. I just wanted something that would give me a good amount of money and I could support myself enough. My laziness was ruined from the fact that I wasn't determined to find a good quality job and just because I wanted to get my parents out of my ear. So I just chose the option that seemed that it would be easy to get into. If you have ever worked in a fast food restaurant, then you would know that it isn't the most ideal place to work in. But unfortunately, this was my introduction into the work environment. Like most teenagers, I hated this place and kept on working here just because I didn't think I could do any better. I could go anywhere and buy anything I wanted to with the amount of money that I was getting to a reasonable measure, but I didn't feel like I needed to actually try for anything better. This is the exact reason why people never get what they want. It's because they never build that ego or hunger in order to take what they want from the world by force. And the only option that is left to them is desperation, because desperation is left for those who are weak and lazy. Once they realize that they'll never be able to get the opportunity back to achieve what they really want in life, they attempt to rewind the clock. Their logical decision-making skills get blurred because they miss the opportunity, and that breeds despair, which causes irrational thinking to occur. Now there's another side to the coin where someone could try to excuse this outcome and blame it on the world or society. The reason these excuses are just excuses is that, sure, maybe there's some factors you cannot change, like you can't go from 5'6" to 6'2". You can't just buy women who actually love you for who you are and not for the lifestyle you buy. And you can't just rep out the fat from your body without mutilating yourself. Obviously, some people do those things, but most of the time, they're still incapable of closing that gap. Because when you do things inauthentically, it never lasts. Life will throw you into situations you don't consent to, and it'll try to crush you. But it's only up to you to realize that you have no excuse to fail. It's not because of your situation, but how you choose to respond to it. I allowed myself to fail because I didn't think I could do better, and it forced me to place my back against the wall. I settled for a crappy pay and horrendous work environment. And even though I felt angry and frustrated with everything that came with the job, I was the only one to blame for staying stuck there. You don't deserve anything in life, so in order to succeed, you must crush those people, obstacles, or mental limitations in order to take what you really want from life. So the steps to change is to first find a goal. Basically anything that will make your life better and you happier, like weight loss. Second step is to tailor your plan to your capabilities, something that you could even do on your worst day. And the third step is to be consistent to the plan. Set up a schedule that allows you to perform said task with 80% accuracy, but in all reality, you should treat it like you want to annihilate the plan with 100% accuracy. Football coaches always said finish through the line, not coast to it. And the least known about is to improvise. If you can't go to the gym, work out at home. If you overate by 1,000 calories, do some extra walking or just fast. Don't have the right food, track the calories that you eat, and eat only what you can measure. If there's a will, then there's a way. Don't let yourself be the cause of your failure. Since I was a kid, I've struggled with weight, and ever since then, I failed miserably to achieve weight loss. The problem I had was that I didn't understand how to use these pieces to the puzzle, and I was lacking pieces. Yes, I had motivation and discipline to lose the weight, but still I couldn't achieve what I wanted. I had to realize that I needed to reconstruct my formula from the ground up if I would have any chance of getting to where I wanted to be. Without that, I would have never gotten to where I am now and to where I'm going to be after summer ends. When you fail, you either make excuses or you learn what you need in your formula to make it work. A verse from Proverbs 3:5-6 says that you should trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight. In this passage, King Solomon tells the reader to trust in the Lord to guide him towards the right path. Not only did he write that, but he also explained to the reader not to trust on their own understanding. In order to surpass yourself and achieve what you really desire, you must lean on the understanding of someone with greater intellect than you have. Use what they have in order to refine your own abilities and understanding of yourself. When Solomon tells the reader to submit to the Lord and he'll make your path straight, he's referring to the word of God and how he explains we should live our lives. This is an example of leaning on someone with greater intellect than your own. And once you do that, you'll find the missing pieces you need to succeed. With all that being said, like, subscribe, and share. And if you felt inspired, leave a comment. Double I out.